Hi everybody, I'm sorry I couldn't be there today. Unfortunately, travel schedule just didn't work out. But rather than give up, I still wanted to do a video to teach you guys about the keys to success in crowdfunding. Hi everybody, my name's Danae Ringelman. I'm one of the founders of Indiegogo. We are now the largest global crowdfunding platform in the world. We are in almost 200 countries and we're distributing millions of dollars every single week to campaign owners across the globe. And those campaigners include everybody from small businesses and entrepreneurs to artists and like musicians and filmmakers to nonprofits and charities, all raising money for their favorite cause. We're also one of the oldest crowdfunding platforms in the world, and one thing that continues to make us different is that we are one of very few open platforms. So what that means is we don't curate. There's no application, there's no judgment, there's no waiting. If you want to raise money for an idea that you came up with this morning, you can create a campaign this afternoon and you can be raising money this evening. The reason we did that is because we truly wanted to democratize fundraising. We wanted to create a level funding playing field where everyone has an equal chance of success. But that said, not everyone will be successful, but the success will be based on their hard work and their work ethic and how much the community actually cares. So what we're about to go through is we're going to jump into the 3 keys to success. These are insights that we've learned from doing this for so long and being an open platform where anybody can raise money. We've been able to extract data and insights around what actually works and what actually doesn't. So get ready. There's going to be some slides, hopefully lots of numbers, but hopefully you'll end this 5 or 10 minute talk with a lot more nuggets to help you go and be successful in your crowdfunding campaign. All right, so Indiegogo has identified 3 keys to success in crowdfunding. This, again, has come from 5 years of being in business and looking at the trends and the consistencies and the correlations that happen across all our campaigns across the world. And so the 3 keys to success that we found are: 1, make sure you have a great pitch. 2, make sure you're proactive in getting the word out and engaging your audience and funder base. And 3, making sure you have an audience that actually cares. So let's jump in. What exactly is a great pitch? Well, there's 5 elements to a great pitch. The first is making sure you tell a compelling story. So while most of us know that pitching is talking about your project or your film or whatever exactly your story is, what a pitch is on Indiegogo is telling the story behind the story. So not just what your project is, but who you are as the campaign owner or the project leader, as well as your team, as well as why you're making this project or why this project needs to happen. You're talking about the impact it's having in the world and how it's going to benefit everybody around them. We know that people contribute to people, not just ideas, but people. So go ahead and reveal the story behind the story. People like to know where their money's going, and where it's going is you. The second element of a great pitch is making sure you have a personal video. So just like I said, being authentic in your pitch and in describing your project and describing in words who you are and the impact of your project on the world, we also encourage you to make a video and say that visually as well through a visual story. The reason being is because we know that campaigns with a video raise on average 114% more than campaigns that don't. Again, people like to look into your eyes and know that you're real and feel and see your authenticity. So make sure you make a video. The next key element of a great pitch is having a very clear funding target and being very transparent and specific with your use of funds. So what you don't want to do is say, we need to raise $10,000 to help our organization, or we need to raise $10,000 to make this film. What you do want to say is, we need to raise $10,000 because this is what we're going to go spend our money on. We have equipment rental, we have to pay for lunches, we have costumes, we have permits. Whatever it is that you're actually raising the money to go spend on, you want to articulate that clearly. Again, people like to know where their money is going, and the more transparent and specific you are with your use of funds, the more likely they're going to part with their wallet and share some of it with you. The fourth element of having a great pitch is not making it too long. So one thing that's really interesting is that more time on the clock doesn't necessarily mean more money. We know that campaigns that run less than 40 days on average are 6% more likely to reach their funding target than campaigns that run longer than 40 days. There could be lots of reasons why this is the case, but I think in the end, What matters is that you do a consistent, targeted campaign. You know exactly what you're doing throughout the campaign, and it is work. You don't want to, extend it too long, or else it can get tiresome. But you also don't want it to have it too short, or else you don't give yourself enough time for your campaign to fly around the internet and for people to share and for new people to discover and fund you. The last element of a great pitch is having unique and exciting perks. These are things that people cannot buy at the grocery store. These are experiences, these are custom products, these are, maybe this is your actual end product that you're trying to raise money to go build or do. If you're a filmmaker, maybe it's a DVD of your film. It can be anything, but what we encourage you to do is try to make them unique, try to make them exciting, try to make them limited in their availability, so there's some urgency for people to claim them. We also know that you want to offer lots of different perks at different levels. So, for example, we know that the most popular perk on Indiegogo is $25, but the average perk is, or the average contribution on Indiegogo is $70. So, what that means is you want to make sure you have a really good $25 perk that lots of people will want to claim, as well as higher dollar perks, because we know that there is a willingness to contribute more than just $25. We also know that you don't want to do too many perks, or you don't want to do too few perks, because on average 70% of campaigns that reach their goal in Indiegogo offer somewhere between 3 and 8 perks. We think this is because if you offer too few, it doesn't whet people's appetite enough, and if you offer more than 8, it's a little bit overwhelming and people don't quite know which which to pick. So keep it in the sweet spot of 3 to 8 and you should be good to go. The second key to success is being proactive. So this is not just posting a campaign and walking away. If that were the case, that would be what we call in America a field of dreams, and unfortunately that doesn't exist. So creating a great campaign is just the beginning of having a successful crowdfunding campaign. The first part of being proactive is making sure you prepare. So we know on average that successful campaigns raise the first 30 to 40% of their funding from people that they already know. We believe this is the case because the early funders are people who can really vouch for you, who know you well. They know what type of work ethic you have. They know your track record, and they're more willing to put the first money in. But once they put the first money in, the viral functionality that Indiegogo offers helps them spread the word to their friends of friends. So that's suddenly how you're getting more, you're attracting more funders outside of your existing network. So you definitely want to fuel your campaign with people you know, whether that's using email or Facebook or Twitter, etc. But you also want to be prepared to help push the campaign outside of your network, your first level network or second level or even third level. And that's going to the organizations or bloggers or influencers who reach groups of people who would also be passionate about your project. So before you launch your campaign, what you want to do is try to identify or list out who are different influencers or bloggers or Facebook groups or newsletters or organizations that once you get your campaign up and going and you've raised a little bit of money, you can reach out to and invite them in or invite them to share your campaign with their followers. The second key to being proactive is make sure you keep your current funders updated. So Indiegogo provides very specific functionality around this. All you need to do is create an update on your campaign and it'll automatically get sent out via email to all your funders. But you want to use this functionality, whether it's updating people on the progress of your campaign or maybe the progress of your project, or maybe just a fun story between you and a funder or you and somebody on your team, to continue to keep the conversation going and keep dialogue going between you and your funders. We know that funders who use the updates functionality do far better, and actually campaign owners that update their funders every 1 to 4 days end up doubling the funding versus campaign owners that update their funders less frequently than that. So use the updates. It's very important. The last thing is you want to make sure you continue to keep the dialogue alive and engage your funders to take action as well. We've listed off a series of 6 actions here, whether from having a pitch video to having cool perks and doing the updates as well as posting media. And linking your campaign page to other pages, etc. If you take all these actions, you will, on average, reach 8 times as much as what other campaign owners will do. Why? It's because you are taking actions that engage your community and that prompts your community to take action as well. And on Indiegogo, like I mentioned, we're a meritocracy. So campaigns that work hard or hustle and engage their community will do better than campaigns that don't. We did this intentionally because we believe that people should be rewarded for hard work and engaged community, and their success should be determined by that. So with that, what we've done is we've created a go-go factor, which is that algorithm that measures the activity on a campaign and the responsiveness of the community. So if you take all these actions, you'll have a higher go-go factor, and with a higher go-go factor, that means your campaign will get higher placement on Indiegogo, will get promoted, it'll increase its discoverability on the site, and once again, you'll be rewarded for all your hard work. So the last key to success is making sure that you have an audience that cares. We've actually had campaign owners that have done a great pitch, they've been proactive, yet they've still raised very little money. And you might think, well, how is that possible? Danae just talked about those two things as being a key to success. Well, what they lacked was an audience that actually cared. And what ended up happening is them raising very little money was a huge blessing in disguise, and that we actually have gotten thank you letters from people who have raised very little money after putting in the work and the great pitch and being proactive. Because what they learned in that is that they had an idea that no one actually wanted. And what their crowdfunding campaign did was it saved them, years of their life and a lot of their own personal savings on an idea that was never going to see the light of day. Or what it did, the failed crowdfunding campaign did, is that it taught them that their messaging wasn't right, or their product was a little bit off and they needed to keep working on it. So don't necessarily take not having a successful campaign as a failure. What it could mean is that you're just getting closer to the ultimate idea or the ultimate project that you need to make. But what's really great about Indiegogo is that when you do have an audience that cares, everybody can succeed. And a great statistic that showcases this is a gender statistic, actually. So a lot of people know that the VC world, the venture capital world, is pretty tough. And it's very skewed against women. So, for example, we know that something like only 8% of all venture-backed companies have a woman on their founding team. However, we know in the U.S. at least, 42% of all businesses are run by women or led by women. So what's cool is that on Indiegogo, that exact same percentage, about 42%, 42% of campaigns that are successful on Indiegogo are run by women. So what that shows is that crowdfunding and Indiegogo, again, is a true meritocracy. If you have an idea and people want it to happen, you will be successful. There won't be other factors like you have to know the right person, or the one angel, or having a trust fund that gives you all your money, or being connected to a bank. If you go on Indiegogo, you put up a good pitch, you engage your audience, and you have an audience that cares and wants your idea to come to life, you will be successful. So it's a pretty powerful tool. It's a pretty amazing experience. We know from campaign owners that sometimes money isn't the biggest benefit of crowdfunding. There's actually a lot of other benefits, like the support and serendipity you get and the market validation, but that's a presentation for another time. I hope you guys enjoyed learning the 3 keys to success from Indiegogo. Have a great conference today. Again, I wish I could be there, but hopefully next time, and good luck. I hope to see you all raising money online. Take care. Bye-bye.